the Dakar, here on TV, we like to make it all about performance, the fastest bikes. And so the competitors, well, nearly all of them anyway. .169 Inagno Civici is riding a Baltico, born on the Dakar for 50 years. The advantage? Well, technically there isn't any. In 30 years, engineers worked a lot and made a lot of improvements on bikes. So, tell us a bit more about the bike. Basically, it's all the original parts from 1968. The chassis, the engine, the wheels, the brakes, and so on. Fans love this kind of bikes. We receive very emotional reactions, and we make people very happy when they hear the two-stroke noise. Of course, bikes now, 4 strokes, but the Baltico is a 2-stroke and very hard to ride. And what about this bike? Louis Belagusti on a 150cc, 39 horsepower KTM. Beautiful sound of a 2-stroke. I'm not a very fast pilot, he says.
Muchos se ríen.
Many people actually laugh at me.
Me dicen que está muy bien.
But many more give me encouragement. Well, what about the maximum speed on a 150cc bike?
En las etapas rápidas que tuvimos
in the fast stages until now, I could ride at about 100 kilometers, 120 kilometers maximum. But of course, everybody passes me.
Y me pasan como parado.
The Dakar you see on TV is the race from the stars. From the helicopter, everything is clean and nice. But day by day, the race is dirty, hard, and very, very complicated. The bike breaks at the top of a mountain or in the middle of the desert, and you have to find quick solutions. This is what I like the most. The hard things are what I like the most. Well, there's 2 very different competitors of the rally. Stage 5 is a short liaison before a very long special indeed. 423 kilometres, descends down towards Iquique with a massive 2.3 kilometre drop into the bivouac. And this is what the bikers are content with. Lots and lots of mining around here, causing lots of sand and dust. Chile, famous for its miners. And in the bike category, drama for Cyril Desprez. A day ago, he turned back on a liaison route to get his cold gloves, and therefore, that's against the rules. He was handed a 10-minute penalty, giving this man a 10-minute and 2-second lead going into the stage. Malcoma was pushing very hard at the start of the day, and that would be his downfall. Catching a small stone on the road, it flicked the rear tyre out underneath him, and he hit his head so hard on the ground he actually ended up running the wrong way, away from his bike. Once back to the bike, few little running repairs, and he would be soon back on his way, not losing that much time initially. Certainly feeling slightly dazed and confused. It took him a while to work out what was going on. His trip didn't seem to be working. He didn't look particularly comfortable on the bike. And closing up was Desprez, who was second on the road. Continuing to be unhappy, Comet soon had to stop to make some running repairs on the bike, allowing Cyril Desprez past. And of course, that was at least a 2-minute gap between the two riders. Depret needs to make some good progress, having picked up that penalty. Eventually, Comin lost 8 minutes fixing his bike. A small hole in the radiator and some damage to the handlebars were the main issues. These bikers, proficient mechanics as well. He now has to ride very, very hard to catch up that time. At the refueling area, Comin says there's a little hole in the radiator, which I'm desperately trying to fix at the moment, because it's still losing water, but I don't think it's anything particularly serious. All these bikes carry various spares and tools for fixing, and as you can see, not too much damage to the cowling either. The bike has stood up well to the fall. Another man to have real disappointment today, Olivier Pain, so strong over the last couple of days. Wasn't particularly comfortable in Argentina, but loves the navigation. Sadly, today he fell, broke his wrist. He was leading at that time. Jordi Villadoms has also had problems. One of his fuel tanks not working, and therefore draining the engine of fuel. And what about David Castor? There he is, far back. He's dropping lots of time with a bike that doesn't seem to be particularly happy. Initially fast, he's now 4 hours down and still hasn't finished the stage as we speak. So, to the winner of today's stage, and it was a BMW. Paulo Goncalves has desperately tried to push for the last couple of days. He's been so close with a third on stage 3, but today he was fastest. The final 100 kilometres in the sand, the BMW was particularly strong. Second was Francisco Lopez, initially having a fantastic battle with Olivier Pain in the early stages. He then had a little mistake and lost time to Cyril Depret. Those two then ran together for the remaining part of the stage, both getting each other lost coming to the end of the special. It was good news for Lopez though. Now in his home country, he would move and just snatch second place, but it would be close between him and Frans Verhoeven. And there is our bivouac. Look at this descent. The man that Francisco Lopez just beat by a second was this man, Frans Verhoeven. Third position on the BMW. He was actually flying. He found some 7 minutes in the final 200 kilometres, but just before the finish, whilst pushing rather too hard over some dunes, he had a big fall and dazed himself. He finished third. Best result so far on the rally. Fourth and fifth then were Comin and Depret. Comin recovering extremely well from his earlier crash and having helped Pain. He got that time back, of course. Rodriguez was sixth. He finished the day 10 minutes down on his Yamaha. And in seventh position, Ruben Faria, initially faster than his teammate Cyril Depret. He lost time in the last 50 seconds, following Paul Uveseta. So confirmation of the rather complicated results from today. Paulo Goncalves wins from Francisco Lopez. Look, 1 second between him and Verhoeven. Comin fourth, amazingly, and Depret fifth. That means Comin holds on to his lead. In fact, extends it by 12 seconds. Lopez third, Goncalves fourth, and Rodriguez in fifth spot.
Un día difícil. Por la mañana he tenido una caída fuerte.
It was a hard day.
Después había una pérdida en el
I crashed badly this morning, and after that, I was losing water from the radiator. I was worried for my engine, so I had to fix that. And after refueling, I met Olivier Pain, who had fallen and was unconscious. I helped him, set his alarm, And when my water carrier Juan Pedrero came, then I restarted the stage. It was a hard stage, says Paulo Concalves, but also very beautiful. I really enjoyed it. At the start I was riding strong and did good navigation, and at the refueling I was in the top 10. Lopez says it was very difficult. I lost the track for a moment and then found Cyril. After that it was changing direction between him and me. It was really hard to find the right route. I tried to keep cool, not take anything wrong, and now I'm here, which is good, because it was really hard. Without talking about penalties, times and standing, the most important thing for me is to have a good feeling and to have good fun. And today we leave 90 kilometers of dunes behind. We had 20 points to find, and on each one I was yelling under my helmet. Because it's 5, 10, 15 minutes of stress to know if you get it or not. 800 meters, 10 points of 800 meters in 90 kilometers of dunes.